everybody, my name is Damon Knight and welcome as always to my YouTube channel. I am here with a 2015 C63S. As you guys might know, I owned the previous generation, so I'm really excited to get behind the wheel of this one, see how it compares. So without any further ado, let's jump in, take it for a drive, and see what we think. So yeah guys, I'm here in the 2015 Mercedes C63S AMG. We'll start with the usual fun stuff. This is powered by a 4-liter, if I'm not mistaken, twin-turbo engine. It makes 503 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. You can remember these things. Does 0 to 60 in officially 3.9 seconds, which isn't bad. It gets terrible gas mileage. So I mean, in fairness, it gets way less terrible gas mileage than the old C63, the one I had. I don't remember the exact figures, I'll put them down on the screen below, but the average fuel consumption of this car, talking to the owner, is about 18. And for what it's worth, the official numbers on the previous generation were 11 city and like 18 highway. So this is, averaging 18 is pretty good. A lot of folks have been upset because this is obviously a much smaller engine than the previous one had. While this does make more power, the previous generation had the 6.2 liter V8 versus the naturally aspirated versus the twin turbo 4-liter in this guy. We'll see whether or not that actually makes a difference, how much that matters in a little bit, but it's still a V8 for now. MSRP on one of these, now I'm not talking about the S, the base C63 is something like $64,000. Which isn't too terrible. I'll talk a little bit about the styling. I think this is a pretty good looking car. I don't think it's as good looking as the previous generation, as the one I had. The previous generation was a little bit boxier. The AMG, had the bulges on the hood that were, like gun sights that were really cool and were very prominent. This one is a little rounder, it's a little softer, it's a little less aggressive. You do still have the hood bulges, but they're not as noticeable. But it's still really, really good looking. I really like the looks of this car. I do just wish it was a little more obviously aggressive. Now, this specific one does have some aftermarket canards on the front and some cool stripes and carbon fiber bits that are not on the standard car. So this particular one I think looks even better. Good job to the owner. Talking about the interior, this car is really nice. I mean, it's a Mercedes, they're all really nice. This one is no exception. The seats are wonderfully comfortable, heated and cooled, I want to say, leather. There's wood on the interior. I hate wood interiors on luxury cars, but holy crap, guys. So this doesn't have the usual stupid gloss resin finish, right? This is I would call this kind of an unfinished almost style, where I can actually feel it. I can feel the texture, I can feel the grain of the wood. It looks, it's less shiny, and I think it looks actually fantastic. The steering wheel, I've got nice Alcantara grips on this leather wheel, and it's soft and feels really good. The gauge cluster's a little older fashioned. My speedometer, my tachometer are these big analog things. That said, there's carbon fiber in there. I still think they look really good. And I will say the, old dinky Mercedes driver information display that is between them has been upgraded and looks a lot better It's color, it's high resolution. I'm in Sport Plus at the moment, and I'm looking at, my speed, my gear. I see that I'm in Sport Plus. It shows me I've got a little digital boost gauge, which is really cool. I've got my oil temp, I've got my water temp. I like all that stuff. I think this is greatly improved. And I'll try to get you guys some shots of all of that before I finish here. Hopefully we'll get that in. Big sunroof tends to be the case with these cars. It's really nice. Now, I should ask the owner, I'm not actually sure. This has some gigantic carbon fiber shift paddles, and I love them. Like, I absolutely love them. I think these are the correct size. I think shift paddles should be like this from the factory on every car with shift paddles. But I'm really not sure that these are factory. I don't know. They could be, like, they're really high quality, so I would believe it. But something about them just doesn't quite fit with the rest of the car. So I'm not sure. I will ask. You've got your standard analog clock because it's a luxury car, and of course it has to have an analog clock. Why a Mercedes? Why all of you do you do this? Your infotainment screen is not a touch screen, and it's the kind of tacked on style that I just don't like. But I've got my control panel here with the wheel and the mouse and all that Mercedes gives you, and it works reasonably well, and it's fine. I liked it fine in the Aston. I like it fine here. You do have surrounding your mouse your car controls, right? I've got my driving modes, suspension modes, control the sport exhaust, control the volume, auto start stop, all of that. But you notice what isn't here is a shifter. This kind of blew my mind. This is actually a column mount shifter, which, I mean, in a Mercedes in general I don't have a problem with, but on an AMG just feels kind of weird. And also, I just haven't driven many cars with column mount gear selectors. It's fine, it's just weird. That's a very non-sporty kind of thing, in my opinion. Generally, as I said, I love this interior. It's really nice, it's really comfy. I could spend all day in here if the owner would let me. And of course, there's a heads-up display. Yes! I'll get some video of that here for you guys. It's a pretty basic display, honestly. It shows me my speed, and it shows me my gear. And I think that's kind of it. This looks like there might be a tach below it. Yeah, there's a tachometer there too. I like the tach. It's nice. I would say that BMW's HUD is a little bit better at this point. But this is still pretty nice. I like it. It has a HUD, right? It immediately gets points for having a HUD. All cars should have HUDs. All right, let's talk a little bit about the driving, because you guys want to hear about that. It's nice. The ride quality is pretty good. I mean, it's a Mercedes. If you do put it in Sport Plus, it is a lot less nice. It's actually still not terrible. It doesn't feel like a sports car, even in Sport Plus mode. I'm not dying. I'm not suffering here. The bumps aren't, abusing me. And if I want, I could hit the button and put myself in comfort suspension. And comfort is indeed pretty comfortable. I'm gonna go ahead though and let's put us back in Sport Plus where we belong. There we go. So, all right, handling. Handling's really good. We like the handling. It does not behave like a car that weighs this much. It handles really impressively well. I can throw this into corners. It doesn't wallow. We don't have a huge amount of body roll. It's all around very impressive in that regard. And kick these turns way faster than I would have expected. Especially, this is a rear-wheel drive, guys. This is not all-wheel drive. And I feel like I have so much grip. The old car, the predecessor, never felt like it had enough grip. I always wanted wider, stickier tires. And in this one, you know, when I put my foot down, I can spin the rear wheels. Yeah, like if I'm not trying to spin the rear wheels out, this feels like it just has grip for days and days. And it just feels incredibly composed on these small, windy, not great surface back roads. You know, if I'm in comfort, if I put my foot down, it'll move. But like otherwise, it's pretty, you know, it's relaxed, it's sedate. It isn't just gonna move on me. If I throw it into sport mode, throttle response is better. It's definitely better. But like Sport Plus, it really wakes up. It opens that exhaust valve. It's a much better car in Sport Plus mode. Sport mode is fine. You know, I could definitely spend time in regular sport, but you know, you really want to be in Sport Plus driving this. It's a much better all-around experience that way. I am gonna throw this into manual here for a minute. So this has a 7-speed transmission. The transmission is very responsive. Paddles work well. Upshifts, downshifts quickly. You know, as I just did that, I'm gonna tell you guys, that was really impressive. It handled so well. And you know, I mean, you guys could hear, right? The exhaust noises you get. I love that it's got those pops. I know it's childish and immature, but I love that car companies, especially in their sportier cars, are giving the people what they want. They're giving us those cracks. They're giving us those burbles, those pops. I want that, you know, exaggerated Rice Krispie noise coming out of my exhaust. Yes, 100%. Give me more of that. If I had some fireballs too, I'd be thrilled. I'd say I want, you know, the first car company to give me factory flames, but that's already a thing. You know, McLaren did that. You know, with the 600. It's just really tremendous power. The old engine, in some ways, was better. In some ways, it was more fun. You know, had that low-end power that's missing from this one. But the torque on this is crazy. Peak power is really good. This is not a bad engine. You know, for folks who were going, oh, you know, they got rid of the big naturally aspirated V8 and they put in only a 4-liter twin-turbo V8. Like, guys, this is still bigger than the engine in my McLaren. And my McLaren, I mean, okay, my McLaren makes a little more power, but still, like, this is a perfectly good engine, perfectly fine engine. You know, driving this around every day, I don't know that I would miss the bigger engine. I would be happy with more horsepower and better fuel economy. And, okay, fine, there's a tiny bit of turbo lag when you put your foot down. But it's not bad at all, guys. It's really, really not. Mercedes did a really fantastic job with this engine. You know, there's a reason this is the same engine that's in the AMG GT. And just, you put your foot down and it is a rocket. It's definitely quicker than the 3.9 seconds 0 to 60 that Mercedes says it is. You know, it may not be miles quicker, but my butt dyno, I would say this is probably in the 3.7 range. Oh my god, it just has so much grip. Okay, I'll do the acceleration test one more time because I screwed up the first time. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's it's very fun. It's very fast. So, I mean, what do I think? What's my verdict here? I like it a lot. I think, you know, 64 for the regular 64,000 isn't bad. I'm guessing this is, you know, a couple thousand more, obviously, for the S. This is probably somewhere around 70. I'm hand wavy. I'll try to put real numbers in, like I mentioned before. And, you know, you can get a lot of car for that money these days, so it becomes a little harder to justify this car. But having said that, the luxury is really the difference, right? You're not buying the Mercedes because it's a crazy sports car. If you wanted the best bang for your buck sports car, you'd go buy a Corvette or something. You're getting the Mercedes because it's the full package. It's the crazy raw power, and it's the incredible luxury, and yeah, it's that whole package is why you're getting it. So I like this car a lot. I think this is a great car. I think this is worth it. I could definitely, especially used, I think these become really great choices. Yes, you have Mercedes maintenance costs and whatnot, which are not the cheapest in the world, but still, I still say this is worth it, and you should definitely look into getting one of these guys. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you like the channel, please, please, please consider subscribing. I love my subscribers. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all again next video.